So let's talk about this full moon in Libra, a time to take a breath and restore harmony in your life. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the full moon in Libra energy begins on April 12th or April 13th, depending on where you live. So in the first part of this video, I'm gonna go over the 3 things everyone should know about this full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your individual sign. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. The full moon in Libra takes place on Sunday, April 13th at 12:22 a.m. Universal Time, which will be 5:22 p.m. on Saturday, April 12th Pacific Time, 8:22 p.m. on Saturday, April 12th Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you that live in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be 11:22 a.m. on April 13th in Sydney, Australia, and 8:22 a.m. also on April 13th in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1, this full moon will bring the powerful energy of the number 3, the number 4, and the magical tarot energy of the Justice card. So for those of you that live where the full moon will be taking place on the 12th, or if you have been seeing the number 3 or variations of the number 3, this is a time where you can really harness that power of the number 3, which in numerology and in relationship to the full moon in Libra brings the energy of creativity, of self-expression, communication, and the ability to find beauty in the world. This is a message reminding you that you always have a choice in terms of where you put your focus and energy. With so much chaos going on in the world and so much bad news coming your way via social media, it is really easy to get caught up in a cycle of demotivation and frustration and just a heaviness. However, if you make the choice to limit the amount of social media that you take in and limit the amount of focus you give to things that you can't do anything about in that moment, and instead tap into your creativity and focus your energy on things that bring you joy and excitement and things that you can affect in the moment, you will not only elevate your mood, but you will also find more motivation from the emotional surge that you'll get from engaging in activities connected to the things that you enjoy. Libra is the energy of looking at both sides of things. It's the sign of choice, and this full moon is reminding you of how important the choices you make are, especially the choice of where you put your mental focus. So love yourself enough to choose areas that tap into your creativity, that lead to connection and good times, and you will be creating a life for yourself where, yes, major chaos may be going on in the big picture, but you also will be enabling yourself to live a life that can be as enjoyable as possible while weathering the storm of what's taking place in the world at large. And those of you that live where the full moon will be taking place on the 13th, or if you have been seeing the number 4 or variations of the number 4, you can harness the power of the number 4, which in numerology and as it relates to Libra energy, this full moon in Libra, it's bringing the message of persistence, stability, and foundation for growth. Libra reminds us that all living things thrive when they are balanced. So this number 4 is reminding you that in order to move forward in your life, creating a life that you envision for yourself, there has to be a strong foundation of balance. You can't go to extremes one way or the other. Hard work is important, absolutely, but enjoyment is also important. Persistence is important, but taking time to recharge your spiritual, mental, and emotional battery is also important. So use this full moon as a time where you factor in how much energy you give to certain areas of your life and make sure that you are balancing that energetic output with healthy habits that create a strong foundation. An example would be that if you're working out consistently, make sure that you're also getting enough rest and eating enough to fuel your workout schedule. If you're putting in hours upon hours working towards a specific goal, which is fantastic, make sure you take some time to give your mind a break and do something that you enjoy just for the sake of enjoyment and release. Balance is key, so love yourself enough to make sure that you have that foundation of balance in your life. That way you guarantee that you will thrive. And the Justice card is reminding you of the power that cause and effect has in your life. To harness this power, take responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your thoughts. Know that all of the things that you are creating in your reality come from these places. Be honest with yourself about just how much power you truly have in your own life. Yes, there are things outside of your control, but there is so much of your life that is created by your choices. So think of the effect that you want to create and make the choices that will create that effect. Be the cause. This is the start of the astrological year now, and it's time to change your mindset and watch your reality reflect that. Number 2. This full moon will be forming a challenging aspect with Mars in Cancer, a positive aspect with Jupiter in Gemini, a challenging aspect with Neptune in Aries, and a positive aspect with Pluto in Aquarius. The moon's relationship with Mars, the planet of ambition, desire, and passion, will lend to you being extremely motivated to get what you want, which can be a good thing, but it will also lend to you being very impatient, and will also lead to you having a quick temper. So the good news is, because you have watched this video, you will bring awareness to your day and to your activities, and you will know that it is important to take every step you possibly can in terms of what it is you can do to make your dreams come true. And when it comes to creating each day as a reflection of what you want, but while doing that, it's also important to make sure you maintain presence in the face of challenges and know that you can't control how fast something happens, and that it's important to not let emotional reactivity impede your progress. When you're frustrated, take a deep breath, think of possible solutions, and realize that sometimes the solution is acceptance and realizing that the universe does put challenges in your path to help you shift direction a bit when necessary. When I get frustrated, I always just say to myself, keep doing your best, slow and steady wins the race, and don't forget to enjoy the process. And that always helps me out. The full moon's relationship with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, growth, and prosperity, will heighten your intuition, it will bring waves of inspiration, and it will heighten the likelihood for the inspired steps that you do take to work out favorably. So what this means is, if you do get an instinctual spark or idea to do something, do it. Don't just let it sit in fantasy land. And yes, I know Mercury is still retrograde, but if you get the inspiration to take a step, take it. Just do it with clarity of intention and make sure you are clear on all the details before you take that step. Remember, Aries season is still a seed planting phase, even with all of this retrograde and eclipse energy that has been taking place. And I also know full moons are more about resolutions than they are new beginnings, but always follow your instincts. That is your connection to the voice of creation, and that voice will lead you in the right direction. And that voice, more than any other voice, is going to know what's right for you. Now, the moon's relationship with Neptune, the planet of intuition and spirituality, will increase emotional sensitivity, and it will increase your likelihood for creating an emotional narrative. Now, what I mean by this is, when it comes to dealing with others, if you get a feeling, not an intuitive instinct, that's different. I'm talking about an emotional reaction. If someone does something or says something that hits you the wrong way or that sparks an emotional reaction, and then you start to create a narrative in your head about what they might mean by that or what they might not mean by that. And if you start to do that, then stop yourself right there. Have a conversation with the person for clarity. This way you don't find yourself taking action based on a narrative that you have created in your head that was based on an emotional reaction. Even if you feel your emotional reaction or your feeling or your narrative might be pretty spot on, it's still much better to communicate for clarity, so that way you are dealing with the facts and you're dealing with what's actually taking place. And if all you need to do is communicate to get there, then why not do that? In your relationships, direct, transparent communication will be crucial during this full moon. Stay away from emotional speculation and you will be great. And the moon's relationship with Pluto, the planet of transformation, destruction, and renewal, will be instrumental in the way that if you have any relationships, these can be romantic, professional relationships, etc. Any relationships where you have been wondering, is this relationship healthy for you? Is this relationship the right relationship for you? Has this relationship run its course or not? Pluto is bringing the energetic opening and connection of clarity in this area. So this will be a time where you will have a clear understanding on, yes, this relationship is something that I really want to move forward with, or no, it is time to move on. So this will be very helpful in terms of moving forward with the start of the astrological year and this Aries season energy, so that way you can move forward knowing that you are not carrying any unresolved energy with you. That's what all of these planetary alignments are doing. All of these retrogrades, the most recent eclipses, this full moon, all are assisting you when it comes to helping you release what no longer supports you in your growth and fulfillment, and helping you identify and plant the seeds of intention for the life that will be just that, a life of growth and fulfillment. So let's start this astrological new year off right. You want to step out of Aries season feeling like you have cleaned house, feeling like you are clear on what you want, feeling light, feeling optimistic, and knowing your game plan moving forward, all while also knowing how to enjoy the process. Number 3, the full moon in Libra, known as the pink moon, will bring the opportunity for fresh beginnings when it comes to the relationships in your life. It is a time to recognize whether or not your relationships have a healthy balance of give give and take. The strength of the Aries sun will be working with the power of the full moon in Libra, initiating an energetic opening to create productive relationships grounded in teamwork and compassion without losing your independence or your own authenticity. You don't need to sacrifice your own happiness in order to have a healthy relationship. Love thrives in the harmonious exchange of giving and receiving, nurturing both partners toward mutual fulfillment. Okay, my powerful Aries, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 7th house. So Aries, this is that time of year where it's important to make big decisions when it comes to the relationships in your life. And first, even if you're not in a romantic relationship, you don't want to skip this part because you can apply what I'm about to say to any type of relationship. So this is the time at the start of the astrological year during your season to ask yourself if a certain relationship, and like I said, this could be any sort of significant relationship, if that relationship is going to be a part of this next chapter for you. Are you feeling confident that this is the right connection for you? If you are, this is fantastic news. You can move forward knowing that you will have this partnership as an exciting part of the year. And if you aren't sure, resist the urge to just make a decision on your own about the relationship and then go and tell the person what you're going to do. Instead, make sure that you communicate what it is that you are unhappy about. And by that, I don't mean just go to them and list what is bothering you. Instead, first come up with what you would like to see in terms of change and how you propose to change it. And then go to them and have a talk about your proposed solution and see if they are willing to be a part of that solution or if they have some helpful input. Now, if that conversation works out and you two can put in place some sort of agreement, fantastic. This means that change is on the horizon and this relationship now has the opportunity for growth. However, if they do not want to be a part of the solution, and you have done all that you can in terms of communication and taking action, then resolution may be letting that relationship go, which will also be exciting because you will then have closure and you'll know that you did everything that you could possibly do. So choosing to work things out based on a solution that the two of you have agreed upon, or if your relationship is already in a good place, continuing to grow that relationship and grow in the connection, those are the two choices that are on the table. What you absolutely do not want to do is know that you are in a relationship that is not working for you, choose to see what happens without any communication, and then just choose to move forward knowing there are unresolved issues. Just know that if you do this, you are signing up for things to get much worse. The universe's way of teaching you a lesson that you are choosing to avoid is by giving you progressively difficult circumstances in order for things to get bad enough for you to make a change. So don't let it get to that. Use the energy of this full moon for clarity and action one way or another. Do that and you will come out on the other side of this full moon and your season and the astrological new year ready to make 2025 your best year yet, carrying no baggage and instead carrying optimism and strength and excitement. So embrace this energetic opening. I hope you all are having a fantastic Aries season and happy full moon Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 6th house. So Taurus, this Libra moon for you is going to bring about the opportunity for you to get some structure in your life. Remember, this is the start to the astrological year. So what you establish by the end of this Aries season is truly planting seeds for the remainder of the year. And this doesn't mean you're going to be trapped in any sort of loop. It just means that the seeds you plant now are extremely important. So the more you have a confident grasp on what you want and how to get it, the more likely you are to have a very productive and fulfilling remainder of the year. And the first step to doing this, of course, is making sure to release anything that is no longer serving you. And yes, we all know that step, but step 2 is crucial, and this is what the 6th house energy is all about. Step 2 is creating a game plan for yourself, getting a consistent course of action where you know what you intend to do on a daily basis to feed the vision that you have for yourself. And as you're coming up with this plan, first start with your health and wellness goals. The 6th house is going to bring about healing energy for you. But if you haven't been taking care of yourself, you might also experience an illness that will come on to assist you and even motivate you to start taking better care of your health. Now, hopefully that will not be the situation, but either way, this is a time for you to really focus on what your health and wellness goals are and also to put into place what it is you intend to do each day to make sure you are achieving these goals. That should be priority 1. Now, priority 2 can be your professional goals. Mercury will have gone direct by this full moon, so this will be the time where forward movement is the theme. Set clear work goals for yourself for 2025 and get clear on what it is you want to do each day that feeds that goal. Then your third area, I always say do 3 goals, and then as you achieve them, you can just add additional goals in the place of the one you achieved. But it's best to only keep 3 in play at all times. The third goal can be regarding love or relationships. This can be regarding your goal to manifest romantic love, or to create a deeper connection with self-love, or to expand and deepen your friendship connections. Some goal connected to love and relationships, and then get clear on what it is you intend to do each day in order to feed that goal. Following this game plan will ensure that you are using the power of this full moon in Libra to start a strong momentum when it comes to making 2025 your best year yet. Now, if you've been waiting on some news when it comes to something regarding work, you could absolutely get an answer during this full moon energy. You may also get an answer if you've been waiting to hear back on some health issues that you got tested on or something like that. Libra doesn't form a negative aspect with your Taurus energy, so the news is likely to be favorable, which is great. But overall, Taurus, use this balancing energy of the pink moon in Libra to create a daily schedule for yourself that guarantees you will be giving consistent energy to your goals, so that way you can have peace of mind knowing you are doing your part to create the life you envision for yourself. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 5th house. So Gemini, hopefully you are having a fantastic Aries season. This 5th house is rooted in 2 areas for you. The first one is if you've been working on any sort of creative project during this full moon energy, is a great time to really complete it and then release it into the world with a high likelihood of a positive outcome. Mercury will have gone direct by this point, which is wonderful news. So nothing should be holding you back from sharing your gift with the world. Now, this could also apply if you already have completed a creative project and you have already sent it out and you're waiting on some sort of response. This full moon energy is a time where you could receive some clarity one way or another in terms of the feedback coming from whomever that you sent it out to. Now, the second area this full moon will be affecting is your world of romance. So if you have been waiting to ask someone out, or if you've been dating someone for a while and you've been wondering where it's going, you are likely to know, especially because Venus retrograde also goes direct on April 12th. So major clarity when it comes to love during this 5th house transit. Now, this could also be a great time to meet someone new if you have been working towards manifesting love in your life. Now, if you've been in a relationship for a while or dating someone, but with a deeper than dating type of connection where you've been together for a while, or maybe you are even engaged, or maybe you're even married, and the relationship has been experiencing some issues, this full moon energy is the perfect time to tend to those issues and resolve them once and for all. Libra energy is all about connection and compassion and restoring harmony in relationships. Not to mention, Aries season is the start of the astrological year, and you do not want to step into Taurus season having anything unresolved. You don't need to have all of the answers when it comes to everything in your life situation at the end of Aries season, but if there are unresolved issues that can be tended to, now is the time to tend to them. And for you, because this energy is in your 5th house, relationships really need to get some special attention, Taurus, especially if they have unresolved circumstances in those relationships. And know that resolution will come from solution-oriented communication, or it may come in the understanding that the relationship has run its course. But either way, you will have clarity. Now, this 5th house also brings an opportunity to deepen your relationship with your kids if you're a parent, or if you're in a relationship, this may be a time where the 2 of you decide to have a kid, or you may find out that you are having a kid, which is all exciting energy and news. So overall, Gemini, this is going to be an exciting full moon for you with many opportunities for clarity, for connection, and good fortune. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 4th house. So Cancers, this is your home sweet home, the 4th house. And what a perfect time for this full moon to be coming along in this area, because Aries season is in your 10th house. And this is the time to balance your outer world with your inner world, your professional world with your spiritual world, the way others see you with how you see yourself. Now, this sounds like a pretty intense undertaking, and this may be for any other sign, but for you, this is a natural inclination that you have. It's just my job to remind you to follow that inclination. By that I mean this full moon in Libra energy is asking you to take some time to yourself, so that way you can ask yourself, especially if you're in a relationship, are you losing yourself in that relationship? Are you spending more time focused on the relationship than you are on making sure that you are tending to your personal goals and your well-being? And this applies to all relationships, but especially romantic, but friends, family, etc., any relationship. This is the time to make sure that you balance the energy that you give to taking care of yourself with the energy that you give to making sure that the people you love are being taken care of. And you will know that this is out of balance if you feel exhausted or scattered or overwhelmed. And if you're feeling any of those things, that's fine. Don't be hard on yourself. The good news is this is easily remedied. There is a reason that Cancers, the crab, is known for going into its shell at times. It's not because they are shady and want to hide from the world. Well, sometimes it might be, but the majority of the time it's not. It's because Cancerians naturally know to go within to the safety of their spiritual home in order to regroup and recharge. And this is the time for you to do that, Cancers. So that being said, make sure you, one, use this time to tidy up your home space. Just clean up, move things around, maybe get rid of something old to make space for something new. It's so important for the energy around you at your home base to feel safe and supportive and healthy, a healthy place to recharge. And number two, take stock of and tend to any imbalances in your relationships, so that way there is resolution in those areas. And number three, make sure you are balancing the energy that you spend going after your professional goals with the amount of energy that you give to making sure that you get enough sleep, that you're eating right, and that you have your daily schedule and your spiritual practices factored in, so that way you are at your best when you are out in the world going after your professional goals. So overall, Cancers, this is a time for you to take care of you. Now, there may be some necessary endings that happen during this time, but just know if they do, this is for the best. This could be endings in certain ways of thinking, in the amount of energy that you give certain people or activities, but overall an ending to imbalances in your life and no longer allowing them to persist. Tend to these things and you will step out of this Aries season with the start of the astrological year feeling recharged and confident, knowing that your foundation is strong and your mind and your personal energy are cleared and light, so that way you have no blockages keeping you from bringing into reality the vision that you have for yourself. Let's go, Cancers. Close any doors so new ones can open. Stay focused. Enjoy the recharging energy of the pink moon in Libra. Embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your third house. So Leos, this is the time of year where it is extremely important for you to find the balance between the big picture and the details. And as a fire sign, you naturally look at what it is that you desire in terms of your goals and what you see your life looking like. And generally speaking, you have a pretty optimistic outlook. And you also are the type that dreams pretty big, relatively speaking. When it comes to you and the other signs of the zodiac, you dream pretty big in the way that you don't settle for less than what you feel like you deserve. This is why Leos have a pretty high success rate when it comes to achieving their goals. Now, during this Aries season, the sun is bringing the energy of the ninth house, which is excellent for dreaming big and expanding your awareness and even bringing some good luck your way. However, this full moon is making sure that you also realize when focusing on your life and dreaming big and expanding your awareness that it is also very important to think about the details. And when I say the details, because this is your third house and because this full moon is in Libra, this is going to be rooted in the details of how you communicate in your relationships. This full moon is going to shine a light on cause and effect, showing you that the way certain situations in your relationships and even the relationships themselves, how they play out, has so much to do with how you communicate within that relationship. And not just what you say, but how you say it, Leo. So don't be surprised if in the time leading up to, during, and for the 2 weeks following the full moon, don't be surprised if a situation or situations come up that help you bring awareness to the power of your words. Now, these circumstances can show up in the form of conflict with someone, or they can also show up in the form of you wanting one thing, but then not getting exactly what you want, pointing to the fact that maybe you're not directly asking for what it is that you want. The point is that this is the time for you to truly understand the power that your words have to create the circumstances and connections you desire. When used correctly, or they can also create conflict, confusion, and even pain when used incorrectly. So Leos, if you find yourself in a situation where you are experiencing challenges, instead of cutting the situation off and moving on, or instead of placing blame and focusing on who is at fault, ask yourself, what is the solution here, and how can I express that solution in a way where we both can be inspired to do our part to execute that solution? Ask yourself, am I being judgmental? Am I being condescending? Am I being evasive or unclear? Clear, concise, direct, solution-oriented communication will be the key here, Leos. Remember, Libra is the sign of relationships, and the third house is the house of communication, learning, and day-to-day interactions. So this full moon is an excellent time for you to set the foundation of how you plan to show up this year in your relationships when it comes to communicating and connecting in the most effective way possible. And by doing this, it will ensure that your relationships this year will be productive and that they will be fulfilling and more than likely drama-free, which is always good. And they will serve to enrich your life, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Leos. Okay, my powerful Virgos, this full moon in Libra is gonna be in your second house. Now, Virgos thrive on organization and detailed planning. So this full moon energy aligns perfectly with your natural disposition. You're probably used to paying attention to your money, and some Virgos, depending on the rest of their chart, may even be analyzing every penny at every moment. But Libra is coming in, the energy of this full moon in Libra is coming in to ensure that the scales are not tipping too far in one direction. And you'll find this out by asking yourself, have you been pouring so much energy into helping others that you've neglected your own security and your own needs? Or are you holding back gifts that could bless the people around you and you're focusing too much on what you need to keep or what you don't have? This is the perfect opportunity to evaluate and adjust and find harmony where it may have been missing, because this harmony is what will lead to major breakthroughs when it comes to manifesting your desires into reality. And remember, you do not have to do it all alone, Virgos. With the 8th house influence of the Aries sun and Aries season, you might experience opportunities to deepen your bonds, especially bonds that have some sort of financial energy around them, or just emotional bonds, or to receive support in ways that you haven't considered. If any opportunities come up to collaborate, don't shy away from those collaborations, but also make sure any partnerships are aligned with your values. Trust that your trademark discernment will help you navigate which opportunities are worthy of your time and your effort and your resources. The best way for you to harness the power of this pink moon is, number one, reassess your budget and your habits. A full moon in the second house often illuminates your financial picture, so tackle your budget. Look at your bills and your savings plan with that classic Virgo thoroughness. Look at where your money is going and see if it truly aligns with your values. If not, tweak and refine. Number two, and this one is important, boost your self-worth. Practical financial security is important, yes, but equally crucial is how you feel about yourself, Virgos. The second house reminds us that your self-esteem is strongly tied to what you manifest for yourself and your relationship with abundance. Reflect on whether you're undervaluing your talents or overextending your kindness, and know what you are attracting to you on the outside is a direct reflection of what is going on the inside. And number three, balance independence with collaboration. Use Libra's harmony to balance your keen eye for details with the power of partnership. You actually work best as part of a team, Virgo. Just make sure to keep an open mind when collaborating. Stick to what you believe, of course, but be open to seeing things in a new light. And last but not least, number four, create space for reflection. As a Virgo, you can easily get caught up in a to-do list. So carve out some downtime for journaling or meditating or even reorganizing a corner of your home. These activities can calm your mind and give you the insight that you need to see where your finances, priorities, and well-being might need a bit of an adjustment. So overall, Virgos, this full moon is going to be a time for you to step into a more confident relationship with money, with resources, and self-esteem. By tying up loose ends, asserting your value, and embracing the support of those who genuinely have your back, you will emerge from this Aries season feeling more secure, more empowered, and clear about where you're headed next. Trust your natal gift for precision and detail, Virgo. You've got all the tools that you need to make this full moon a beautiful, balanced turning point in your life. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Virgos. Okay, my powerful Libras, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your first house. So this is your full moon, Libra. You can expect those balancing scales of yours to be crying out for harmony. With Aries season firing up your 7th house of relationships, this moment is all about finding that sweet spot between your personal needs and the demands or desires of the people in your life, the closest to you. If you've been pouring energy into everyone else's happiness or focusing on what everyone else needs or how they're behaving or what they should be doing, this is your reminder to check in with yourself and make sure that your own well-being isn't taking a back seat. And let's be real, you're the Zodiac's diplomat, always striving for harmony, but this full moon wants you to consider whether you've been sacrificing too much of your own individuality or withdrawing and not asserting yourself just so you can keep the peace. You've got a gift for seeing all sides of a situation, but don't forget that in every relationship equation, both parties matter. So you matter, Libra. Whether it's a partnership, a friendship, a work relationship, this full moon is all about you speaking your truth while remaining open-hearted. And I know Libras are not all about being in the spotlight, but embrace the spotlight just a bit. This is your chance to show the world exactly who you are and what you value most. So here are a few steps, Libra, that you can take during this full moon to make the most of this energy. Number 1, check in with your reflection, both literally and metaphorically. Take a good look at how you've been presenting yourself, your style, your posture, your attitude. Does it truly reflect the person that you want to be or that you genuinely are? If anything feels off, let that Libra's balancing vibe that you have and your great personal eye for style and beauty guide you toward subtle shifts that help you shine. Number 2, set healthy boundaries. With Aries season lighting up your 7th house, relationships could get intense. So if you're bending over backwards to please other people, this is your time to firmly stand your ground. True harmony means ensuring that your needs are met too. And I can't stress that enough, Libras. All right, number 3, revamp your self-care routine. The first house is all about the self, your mind, body, and spirit. Maybe you're overdue for a new exercise regimen or a meditation practice, or even something as simple as a consistent bedtime. Use this full moon's energy to commit to better habits that support your overall well-being. I say this all the time on my channel, and this goes for all living things. When living things are balanced, they thrive, and when they're out of balance, they destruct. And you, more than any other sign, are the walking embodiment of this. So this is your time to create that balance in your life so you can start this astrological new year in a place where you are setting your foundation to thrive. And last but not least, number 4, express yourself authentically. Now is the perfect time to let your inner voice be heard. Write, speak, paint, or post on social media, whatever calls to you. The key is sincerity. By revealing your genuine self, this will not only strengthen your self-esteem, but it will also attract the right kind of energy and connection. Ultimately, this pink moon in Libra is a celebration of you, Libra. Lean into that sense of self-worth as you gracefully handle and balance the needs of your relationships with your own desires. By recalibrating your personal identity and reinforcing your boundaries, you're going to step out of Aries season feeling more centered, more radiant, and more empowered to create the balanced life that you've always envisioned for yourself. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Libra. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 12th house. Now, during Aries season, the sun is going to be firing up your 6th house of daily routines and responsibilities. Now, this full moon is asking you to find a healthy balance between your day-to-day obligations and the deeper, often hidden parts of your psyche and who you are at your core, Scorpio. If you've been buried in tasks and work schedules or even wellness activities, this is your cue to take a step back for a moment and dive into your inner world, where there's more creativity and healing and profound change awaiting you. Now, Scorpios are very well known for their depth and their mystery, so a 12th house full moon is intense, but it's a natural place for you. You're skilled at navigating the subconscious, but sometimes even you can bury your emotions or insights so far down and they need to come to light. This full moon will motivate and encourage you to confront any lingering emotional baggage or limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. The more you explore those deeper waters, the greater your ability is going to be to redefine your everyday habits in a way that truly support who you are and truly support your well-being. So emotions are likely to surface during this full moon, Scorpios. Circumstances or conflicts may come up that trigger these emotions, but just be prepared and know that they are coming up so you can use those emotions as a doorway, as a window into deeper meaning and deeper understanding of who you are and what it is that you need from yourself and from the world around you in order to feel a stronger foundation of security and a stronger foundation of confidence and optimism about life. So here are a few steps to help you use this pink moon to your advantage. Step 1. Engage in healing practices. The 12th house rules solitude, introspection, and spiritual healing. So whether it's meditation, journaling, or simply soaking in a bath with soothing music, allow yourself moments of quiet reflection. Trust your instincts, and when emotions come up, do not analyze them to diagnose yourself with a label. Instead, ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me that I need? Is this something that I can give to myself, or is this something I need to find the courage to ask of someone else? Then take those steps to get those things that you feel like you are needing in the moment. Number 2, explore your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams during this time. Dreams can be especially vivid under a 12th house full moon, offering clues about what's beneath the surface. Consider keeping a dream journal by your bed. Clues you find in that journal are going to guide you to real life insights and breakthroughs. And number 3, I know this is a phrase that we hear all the time and it sounds cliche, but release what no longer serves you. Often we cling to habits or belief systems that stem from old wounds. This is the time to peel away those layers. And if there are patterns, physical, emotional, or mental, that feel like dead weight to you, use this full moon to let them go, creating space for something new and more aligned to emerge. And last but not least, number 4, balance the spiritual with the practical. While Aries season energizes your 6th house, you might be presented with tasks and self-improvement goals. Use that motivation, but don't forget to carve out time for inner work. True well-being comes from tending to both body and soul, the physical and the spiritual. Remember, Scorpio, you thrive in depths, but you don't have to stay stuck in the depth of things. This full moon offers you the chance to bring those hidden truths to light, to heal them, and to still be able to have a lighthearted fulfillment, fun, good time during the process and expand your life in a new direction. By the time Aries season wraps up, you're going to find yourself stepping into a daily life with a clearer mind, with a renewed spirit, and a deeper sense of wholeness. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Scorpio. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 11th house. So Sagittarius, this is a very positive energy for you. So you can look forward to a full moon that brings a wave of inspiration, of good fortune, and even new connections your way. This full moon will be taking place right after Mercury goes direct and on the same day that Venus goes direct, and the 11th house is the house of social connections and dreams coming true. So if there is a creative project that you have been working on, which is likely because Aries season is bringing energy to your 5th house. So if there is a creative project that you've been working on, this is an excellent time to release it out to the world. Or if you have recently released a project out to the world and you're waiting for feedback, this full moon energy is a time where you are likely to hear back, and more than likely, because this Libra energy forms a positive aspect to your Sagittarius energy, you are likely to find that feedback is positive. Now, this is also a time where if you've had a challenging connection with a friend, where the two of you have had recent conflict over a misunderstanding or a disconnect caused by other circumstances, this full moon energy is a time when the two of you are likely to resolve this conflict and reconnect. It's also possible that you will meet a new friend or be invited to a social gathering where you will meet someone that you will connect with on a friend level or even a business type partnership, and this person could end up playing a major role in your life in some very positive way. Now, also because the sun is in your 5th house and this full moon is in your 11th house, you could find yourself experiencing a romantic connection with someone that you've either been friends with for a while or someone that a friend introduced you to. So a lot of fun energy going on with this full moon Sagittarius. Now remember, a full moon in Libra is also a time of establishing healthy balances. And for you during this time, it's about making sure you are finding the balance between the energy you give to your dreams and your goals and the energy that you give to your friendships and socializing. Making sure that these two have a healthy balance so that way neither area of your life suffers. So overall, Sagittarius, know that this full moon is your chance to balance personal expression with social connections. And as you do so, you'll feel more supported, inspired, and ready to manifest and expand your vision for 2025 while enjoying the process. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, this full moon in Libra is going to be in your 10th house. Now, with Aries firing up your 4th house of home, family, and inner foundations, this full moon is giving you the opportunity to find a healthy balance between your ambitions and your personal life. If you've been pouring your energy into home projects, family responsibilities, or even deep emotional work, which is good, by the way, if you have been doing that, because Aries season in your 4th house is the best time to do those things. But now with this full moon energy, this is your cue to step into your professional arena with confidence, while still ensuring that your private world remains a source of nourishment and support. Capricorns are known for their unwavering drive and their ambition, so a 10th house full moon is a natural fit for you. However, even the most goal-oriented signs can sometimes overlook the importance of recharging at home. This full moon encourages you to consider whether you've been avoiding your own needs. The more you acknowledge and address the interplay between your personal foundation and your public aspirations, the clearer your path will be in both realms. Be prepared because emotions or conflicts may arise during this time, especially around authority figures at work or your big picture goals. And if and when conflicts do arise, do not shy away from them. Let these flare-ups guide you toward deeper clarity about what you truly want in your career and how your personal life can support that vision. The better you navigate this balance, the more fulfilled and centered you're going to feel. You can expect some new opportunities at work or be prepared for unforeseen endings at work. And I'm not saying that to scare you. This is just to prepare you, because full moons are all about endings that make way for new beginnings. And this can be anything from an ending of a job title, like you getting promoted or even picking up more responsibility at work, or it could be a job ending. But change and positive change, because even if a job ends, which can be scary and frustrating, it can also be the shift that pointed you in a direction of deeper fulfillment. So here are some steps that you can take during this full moon to make sure you are making the most of this full moon energy. Number 1, reassess your career goals. Look at your aspirations and ask whether they align with who you are now. If certain ambitions feel outdated or forced, it is time to recalibrate. Number 2, strengthen your home base. The 4th house of Aries season reminds us that emotional security is just as crucial as professional accomplishment. So tidy up your space, connect with the loved ones, and make sure that your personal environment truly uplifts you. Number 3, let go. Whether it's a job title, a public persona, or an old family pattern that's been weighing you down, use this full moon to let it go. Create space for fresh goals and relationships that resonate with your evolving values. And last but not least, number 4, balance your public image with your private needs. True success means thriving both at work and at home. Keep the dialogue open, talk to family members or roommates or significant others about the support that you need, and ensure that you're not sacrificing your mental well-being for professional aspirations. Remember, Capricorn, you excel at building solid foundations, but those foundations must include both professional achievement and personal fulfillment. This full moon offers you the chance to harmonize your public ambitions with your private sanctuary, ensuring you step into the remainder of 2025 with renewed clarity and unwavering confidence. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Capricorn. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, this full moon energy is going to be in your 9th house. Now, with the sun in Aries lighting up your 3rd house of communication, learning, and everyday interactions, this full moon is asking you to find a healthy balance between exploring broader horizons in your life and then tending to the details of your life that are right in front of you. Aquarians thrive on new ideas and innovative solutions, but sometimes you can get locked into the day-to-day hustle and forget to feed your adventurous philosophical nature. This full moon encourages you to look at the big picture and ask yourself, what more is out there? And how can you bring that inspiration back into your life? Be prepared for strong emotions or unexpected insights to pop up, especially regarding your belief systems and your educational path, or even your travel plans. Don't shy away from any ideas that inspire you. Let them help you clarify what it is that you want to explore next. what skills or experiences might unlock the next chapter of your life. The more you integrate both big picture aspirations with the ninth house energy and real world action with the sun's third house energy, the more you're going to be fulfilled and centered when it comes to how your life moves forward. You may see some new opportunities for gaining new skills or to mentor someone else, or even a spontaneous trip. And equally, there might be some endings that force you to expand your perspective. If some endings do occur, this can feel like your world is being shaken up a bit, but remember that full moons often pave the way for brighter new beginnings. Whether it's wrapping up an old mindset that no longer fits, or finishing a course of study, or realizing it's time to pursue that long-term dream that you've put on the back burner, this full moon is the time to take these actions towards change. And we will be done with Mercury retrograde once this full moon comes around, so you can go for it. And here are some steps you can take during this full moon to make the most of this energy. Number one, revisit your bigger picture. Look at the overarching goals or philosophies that shape your life. Do they still resonate for you? If you feel stuck in outdated beliefs or your academic career tracks, this is the time to pivot. Number two, refresh your daily interactions. While Aries season lights up your third house, explore how local communities and neighbors or siblings might help you broaden your horizons. Conversation is key. Talk to everybody that you know, well, not everybody, but the people that are close to you. By talking to people in your close circle, it can really lead to some unexpected connections and insights. Keep an eye out for a connection with someone from a different culture or background than you, because they could prove to be instrumental in your life as you move forward. Number three, release limiting beliefs. Whether it's doubt about your abilities or fear of you stepping outside of your comfort zone or thinking that you might fail because you may have failed in the past, use this full moon to let those mental barriers go. They are not doing anything for you other than holding you back. Make room for new ideas, philosophies, and dreams that align with who you are at this point in your life and who you intend to be. Because remember, you're not the same person that you were before. So things won't play out in the same way that they played out before because you have a different mindset. You're the same individual at your core, but your mindset can always change. The way you look at things can change. The way you approach things can change. And then the result will change because of those changing perspectives. And last but not least, number four, keep the lines of communication open. True expansion isn't just about grand plans. It's also about sharing what you learn with those around you. Communicate your hopes, ask for advice, or find a like-minded person that's on the same path of learning that you are. Let others support you as you grow, Aquarius. Remember, you're a natural trailblazer, and this full moon in your ninth house is inviting you to step into that role in a bigger, bolder way by balancing your curiosity for the world with your thirst for adventure and higher wisdom. Do this and you will finish Aries season feeling both informed and inspired and ready to make the remainder of 2025 your best year yet. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, this full moon in Libra is gonna be in your 8th house. Now, with the Aries sun energizing your 2nd house of personal finance, personal values, and self-worth, this full moon is asking you to balance what's yours on the surface, like money and material security, with the deeper things in your life, more transformative aspects of life, like relationships and intimacy and emotional bonds. The 8th house is all about going deep, which is not a problem for Pisces energy. It governs shared money, personal evolution, and the sort of emotional intimacy that can profoundly reshape you and your life. Pisces, you are known for your empathy and your willingness to flow with the currents of life. A full moon in the 8th house can bring both revelation and release, unearthing old issues around trust, vulnerability, or even debt and investments that need your attention. So whatever shows up for you during this time, just meet it with gratitude. The theme is the truth will set you free. Let this energy guide you toward a better understanding of how you exchange your resources, whether they're financial, whether they're emotional resources, or spiritual resources. Be prepared for intense feelings or conflicts that push you to acknowledge areas of your life that you may have overlooked or avoided, or just may have been hidden from you, and then they're revealed because the 8th house does reveal secrets, so be ready for that. The more you are willing to face what lies beneath the surface, the more empowered and confident you are going to feel, both mentally and emotionally. And here are some steps to help you make the most of this full moon energy. Number one, review your shared finances. Look at your debts, look at taxes or joint accounts. Are they structured in a way that benefits everyone involved? If not, consider making changes now. Number two, release emotional baggage. Sometimes old hurts or resentments around trust can linger. Use this full moon to forgive, to let go, or to have necessary conversations that bring closure. Number 3, embrace vulnerability. True intimacy requires openness. If you've been keeping your walls up, take a step towards sharing your feelings with someone that you trust. And last but not least, Pisces, balance your material security with your inner growth. You've spent time solidifying your finances and self-worth. Now ensure that your spiritual or emotional evolution gets equal attention. This means putting as much effort into making the right decisions spiritually as you do when it comes to things in the physical world. Remember, Pisces, you are a master at navigating emotional undercurrents, and this full moon offers a powerful chance to transform from within, a chance for self-mastery. By harmonizing your tangible pursuits in the 2nd house with the deep renewal of the 8th house, you will move forward into the remainder of 2025 feeling more secure, feeling more self-aware, and ready to thrive during this next stage of your life. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things you need to know about this full moon in Libra, along with some insight into how your sign can make the most of this full moon energy. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.